This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Friday, February 21st, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. Students from Trine University's chapter of Engineers Without Borders will head to South America this summer in an effort to improve the water supply system in a small rural community of Tuntataco, Ecuador. The students, led by Tim Tyler, a professor of civil engineering at Trine, will begin the multi-year project by assessing the current situation and developing solutions.
We'll be measuring what they have, we'll be doing water quality testing, and we'll be talking to the people to get a good feel for this is what their real needs are, and these are the times of the year where they have problems.
Once those plans are finalized, the team will return to the community to begin construction on a new, more sustainable water system. Hookset Solutions, a freight brokerage headquartered in downtown Indianapolis, is planning to expand its footprint and add 30 jobs by 2028. The third-party freight trucking logistics provider serves clients in the construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and automotive industries, among others. Mishawaka-based Schurz Communications has selected Austin Cook to serve as its next chief financial officer. Cook had served in the role on an interim basis since 2024 and was previously the CFO for the company's cloud service provider, Otava. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
For the second time, a Marion County judge has ruled that Indiana's Department of Health cannot release abortion records known as terminated pregnancy reports for public release.
The Wednesday ruling from Marion County Judge James Joven detailed a temporary restraining order which will last at least 10 days. The underlying legal challenge was brought by two OBGYNs who performed the reproductive health care procedure. Joven concluded the TPRs are medical records and as such are not subject to public record laws. He said the language of the TPR statute suggests the legislature views TPRs as private medical records rather than public records subject to disclosure. Following the implementation of Indiana's near-total abortion ban, abortions sharply fell from hundreds of procedures each month to dozens. With so few procedures, some voiced concerns that the abortion records could be reverse-engineered to identify patients. The motion comes after the state settled with anti-abortion group Voices for Life earlier this month and agreed to make the records public after halting the practice last year. The reports include information about the procedure itself, but also directs abortion providers to collect patient data, including their medical history and demographics. Doctors Caitlin Bernard and Caroline Roos subsequently filed the lawsuit to prevent the disclosure to Voices for Life. Joven said that group could further publicize the records, which are also released in an aggregated form on a quarterly basis. Additionally, releasing such records could be damaging to the doctor-patient relationship, Joven said. In a joint statement, Bernard and Roos said they hope the court will continue to prevent, quote, unnecessary release of people's personal health information. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana representatives on Thursday took another step to poke around the possibility of adding counties from Illinois to the Hoosier state. The House voted largely along party lines to adopt a bill which would set up a commission of 5 Indiana and 5 Illinois designees who would be authorized to talk about Illinois ceding counties to Indiana. The bill, authored by Speaker Todd Houston, has been panned by Illinois leaders as a stunt, and it's still highly unlikely Indiana actually takes control of any additional territory, as the process requires approval from both the Illinois state legislature and U.S. Congress. The bill now moves to the Senate. If the Senate passes it as written, Governor Mike Braun would appoint 5 members to the commission, with Illinois appointing the other 5. That commission would be authorized to, quote, discuss and recommend whether it is advisable to adjust the boundaries between the two states. Crew Car Wash Executive Vice President Sally Grant is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.